Vakam karati vachalam bhangam langategirim yakipam tamaham bande shikaruntina tavinam Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshumiritam Yena Tasamai Shikarve Namaha. So I'd like to welcome you to the first day of our seminar on Empowerment Prayers of Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva is going to speak Bhagavatam, but before he speaks, he prays for help from the Lord. So you have your, you can give these out here. You have your prayers starting from, his prayers start from verse 12, but I'm going to start with verse 11, which you don't have, because the verse says, he systematically remembered the master of the senses, Krishna, and to reply properly, he spoke. So the reason why I'm going one verse ahead is that in the purport, Prabhupada gives us clues how to be an instrument of Krishna. So, yes, what is the attitude of an instrument? So, number one, Prabhupada says, they think they can not do anything independently. So we're not independent actors. We are dependent on Krishna. Why? Because the senses are not ours; they're Krishna's. So we are dependent. And so whatever we can speak and do or see is under direction of the Lord only. So what does it mean to be an instrument? If you're an instrument, of course, we're all trying to be instruments of Krishna. So, but generally, if you think of an instrument, you think, well, an instrument doesn't have any mind. It just, you use it, and that's it. But in spirit, that's a material world. But in the spiritual world, instruments have everything. They have the mind, the intelligence, and they have everything. And they can also be independent, which is not so good. So how does an instrument think? Well, Prabhupada says, we should always seek permission of Krishna to act or eat or speak. That's how an instrument thinks. Yeah, okay. Prabhupada would say, when people would ask him, where are you going? And he says, yes, Krishna willing, I'll be going to Los Angeles or whatever. Krishna willing, I'll be going to New York. So he didn't think what he could do without Krishna's. So Prabhupada said we should always seek permission of the Lord to act or eat or speak. So before we do anything. And when Prabhupada first came to United States, he was feeling, I'm so unqualified, how will I make them understand? And he looked at us and he thought, these people are hopeless. Well, what can I do with them? He said, but Krishna, you brought me here to speak, and it's up to you to make me a success or failure. So he says, all I can do is repeat your message, but you can make my power of speaking suitable for their understanding. And so then he was just praising Krishna and how Krishna can empower him. So how can we increase our awareness during the day on moment-to-moment basis that we are Krishna's instrument, or Prabhupada's instrument? So my godbrother, Karnamrita, who has left us, maybe a few years ago he left his body, he had a very nice practice that he says, I pause before any activity and offer it to Krishna. So just like he wakes up in the morning, okay, Krishna, it's a new day. I offer it to you. Okay, then brush my teeth. Okay, Krishna, these teeth are it's your body, it's your teeth. I'm brushing your teeth for you. I offer this to you. Before he would do it. Okay, I offer this brushing teeth to you. And then shower. Okay, I offer the shower to you. So before you do anything, you pause and you offer it to Krishna. But yes. So this is how we can think of Krishna always during the day. Or we can also ask permission. Vishnujan Maharaj, another of my godbrothers who has left, before he would do anything, he would ask, is this Prabhupada's instruction? Okay, now it's time to sleep. Prabhupada said, sleep 6 hours. Okay, I'll sleep 6 hours. But he didn't even sleep 6 hours. But at least he was thinking. And okay, now it's time to eat. Fill your stomach half full of food, quarter full with liquid, and quarter full with air. And then you'll be healthy. That's Ayurvedic eating. And so we can do that. Before we do anything, just offer it to Krishna and ask permission from Krishna to do it. So now we'll start with verse 12 of the prayers. You have it on your paper. I'll sing one line and you can repeat after me. 2, 4, 12. Nama Parasmai Purushaya Bhuyase. Nama Parasmai Purushaya Bhuyase. Sadat Bhavastana Nirohali Laya. Bhavastana Nirohali Laya. Grihita Shakti Chitayaya Dehinam. Itiya Shakti Ayaya Dehinam. Antar Bhavayana Palakshavarmane. Tar Bhavayana Palakshavarmane. Sukadeva Goswami said, "May I offer my respectful obeisance unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who, for creation of material world, accepts 3 modes of nature. He is complete, whole, residing within the body of everyone, and his ways are inconceivable." So if you're an instrument, the first thing you have to know is Krishna is great and I'm small. Now that's what Sukadeva is saying here. He's understanding Krishna. The first principle, we have to acknowledge it. Yes, Krishna is great. And that was how Malati's daughter, Saraswati, at the age of 3 years, was preaching. She would go to people and tug on their clothes and say, "Guess what?" And they would say, "What?" And she would say, "Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead." And she would run to the next person. So yeah, that was Saraswati at the age of 3. She was preaching very nicely. And so now we will go to verse 13. I will just read it. We won't sing it. I again offer my respectful obeisances to the form of complete existence and transcendence, liberator of the pious devotees from all distresses, destroyer of further advances in atheistic temperament of non-devotee demons. For the transcendentalists, situated in the topmost spiritual perfection, he grants their specific destinations. So yeah, now he's protecting. He protects the devotees. So it's another way of surrender. It's one of the steps of surrender. He protects his devotees. And so when Bhakti Yoga means we have a relationship with Krishna, actually. And Krishna reciprocates. We're his servants. And when we serve him, he reciprocates with us. And Prabhupada said in his purport, this is the most confidential knowledge that Krishna reciprocates with our devotion. Isn't that nice? So how does he reciprocate? He frees us from distress. So now my question to you is, you have been doing some service for some years. How do you feel Krishna reciprocating with you? How do you feel it? How do you feel that Krishna is there and he is reciprocating? Can anybody give me an idea how you feel it actually? Yes?
When I do service, I feel I'm allowed to do it.
When you do service, you feel you're allowed to do it. It's like a special mercy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the opportunity to do this seva, use my qualities he has given me.
So yeah, you're thanking Krishna that you can use the qualities he's given you. Yeah, that's very nice. He reciprocates with you by giving you service. That's how you feel it. You feel, oh yeah, Krishna's giving me service. And so that's how he reciprocates. There is actually a verse, 10th canto, 13th chapter. It was one of the last verses that Srila Prabhupada translated before he left this world, one of the last purports in one of the last verses, Brahma has stolen the cowherd boys and calves. And what happened was Krishna took the place of all the boys and calves with their looks, with their qualities, and different idiosyncrasies. He took the place. And then Brahma saw, hey, wait a minute. How I took the boys away. They're in a cave. How come I'm seeing them here? He went back to the cave. Yeah, they're still there. But then how come? And so then all the boys transformed into Vishnu forms. And he said, uh-oh, this is not the boys. This is Krishna. So then Srila Prabhupada was telling all the Vishnu forms were glancing at him and smiling at him. And the glance was like the mode of passion. And the smile was like the mode of goodness. So passion means you get desires. So when the Lord glances at you, you get desires for service, different services. That's what happens. You get the glance, and you have desires for devotional service. And if he smiles at you, that's the mode of goodness, he protects those spiritual desires. So you have to keep those spiritual desires, because that is what's going to take you back to Krishna. And Krishna says in Gita, he says, by following the regulative principles of bhakti yoga, you will develop a desire to attain me. So that is Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna is reciprocating with us. Very good. Anybody else have a way how Krishna is reciprocating with you? You have more ways. Okay, let's hear somebody new. Yes. To the devotees. Oh. I know, yeah. These devotees have allowed you to be a pujari, although you're not even initiated yet. Yeah, so that's really, you are really fortunate. You get to do that so quickly in your spiritual life. You can be a pujari. That's quite amazing. That's how Krishna is reciprocating with your desire for service. Yes. He's bringing you right into his altar, and you're taking care of him. So that's really good. That's really nice. So, okay, anybody else you have some more ideas?
I remember after I come home from India first time.
After you came home from India?
First time in 1993.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking, how can I serve Krishna?
After you came home from Vrindavan, you're thinking, how can you serve Krishna? Okay, good.
I was not a devotee at that time.
Oh.
So I was thinking, I can sew.
You can sew clothes. Okay. And you're still sewing after how many years?
Yeah, since 93.
93. That's a lot of 20 years, 30 years. So there you go. I think it's 30 years. Yeah. 32. Right. To be exact, to be precise, it's 30 years. Good. So, okay, anybody else have, how does Krishna reciprocate with you? Oh, he gives you inner strength. Oh, that's very important. If you have very intense service, especially, and it takes a lot of your mind and your body and everything, that you do need inner strength to be persistent and consistent and keep going. Right. Okay, so yes, he told Arjuna, just be my instrument. I already killed them, and you can just be an instrument in my plan. Of course, after Krishna left, Arjuna felt like all his strength went away. But then he got solace reading Bhagavad Gita. He said, okay, now I remember what Krishna told me to do. So now I have one last question. That when you feel this reciprocation from Krishna to you, how do you respond to it? When you feel it, how do you respond? Yes?
I'm asking
You're asking what you want me to do now. How can I serve you? Oh, okay, you feel doubtful. How you put me in this situation? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can just say one thing that shows how you are reciprocating with Krishna is that we needed some fruit for our deities. And so we got from the shop, but then you thought, well, it'll be nicer if I get some fresh from the tree. And those were very tasty, I must say. Those plums. You got some plums, and they were so sweet. So, yeah, you're reciprocating with Krishna then. Yeah, you're thinking of, Krishna, how can I serve you, Krishna? Yeah. So you can give him one sheet if you have some. Otherwise, I have more here. Now, okay, we're going to go to verse 14. I'll just read it. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto him who is associate of members of the outer dynasty, who is always a problem for the non-devotees. He is supreme enjoyer of both material and spiritual worlds, yet he enjoys his own abode in the spiritual sky. There is no one equal to him because his transcendental opulence is immeasurable. So here, Prabhupada talks about three classes of people who have relationship with the Lord. And one class is the devotee, and we are attracted to the personal form of the Lord. So he becomes our dear friend. And then the impersonalists, they want to merge. Okay, take my Brahmajyoti, my effulgence. It's for you. And then there are others who just want to enjoy this world. Okay, here, take it, whatever you want. But for the non-devotees, he is far away. For the devotees, he's very close. So here the verse says he's a problem for non-devotees. So, and he says in the purport, the Lord and his residential abode will always remain a myth or a mysterious problem. But for the devotees, the Lord will always be available as an associate. That's a problem. What's the problem? What's the mystery? Yeah, there is a mystery. There is a mystery in Krishna consciousness, which non-devotees, impersonalists, they don't get it. Does anybody have an idea? What is that mystery in Krishna? What is the mystery that we have here that outside people don't get? Who knows? Who can think? What is that? What could that be? What could that? Yeah. Krishna. Mm-hmm. Correct. But now we have to be more specific. He's got lots of energies. Okay, he comes in different ways. How we serve him. Okay, you're getting closer. It's the mood. It's the mood. So what is the mysterious mood that we have that people don't get outside? You don't understand. It is love of God. We have love. And people in the outside world, they call it love, but it's lust. They want to enjoy. They make a good deal, business deal with others so they can take what the others have that they want. But with Krishna, real love is you give. You want to give everything. Krishna wants to give everything to you, and you want to give everything to Krishna. So that's the mystery. It's love of Godhead, prema. Now, one who has reached this level of love, he sees in a certain way. And Prabhupada said this vision of the pure devotee is the mystery also. When they look around, they see in every atom the Supreme Lord. That's number one. First, they see, in this world, they see Krishna in every atom. And second, they see in Goloka Vrindavan, Krishna having his pastimes. So two things, one is here and one is there at the same time. And this is the mystery. And Srila Prabhupada has said that in the heart of the pure devotee, The whole spiritual world is being televised. Yeah, the pure devotee has a spiritual television. In fact, we all have a spiritual television in our heart. And we can get the channel of Goloka Vrindavan or Ayodhya or Dwarka or Navadvip, Mayapur in our heart. The spirit, and something's going on every second in that television. But the problem is our spiritual television is now broken. It's broken. Our material television is plugged in. We have, Facebook and so many things, social media, and that channel is also there. And that seems to be working nicely. But the spiritual channel is broken. So how to fix it? There are 3 repairmen: Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. Spiritual master, devotees, and the books. So that way we can fix our spiritual TV. So now we're going to go to verse 15. I will read one line and you can repeat after me. 2, 4, 15. Yat kirtanam yat smaranam yadikshanam. Yat kirtanam yat smaranam yadikshanam. Yavandanam yashavanam yadarhanam. Yavandanam yashavanam yadarhanam. Lokasya satya vitalotikavasham. Lokasya satya vitalotikavasham. Tasmai Subhadra Shavase Namo Namaha. Subhadra Shavase Namo Namaha. So, I want you to listen carefully to this translation because Sukadeva has added another process here. We know the 9 processes: hearing, chanting, remembering, and worshiping, and prayers, and serving lotus feet. We know our 9 processes. He has added another one here. So I'll read the English, see if you can catch it. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the all-auspicious Lord Shri Krishna, about whom glorification, remembrance, audience, prayers, hearing, and worship can at once cleanse the effects of all sins of the performer. Did anybody catch the extra added one here? Yeah? Audience, yeah. Audience is ikshanam. It's a new one. Because Bhagavad Gita talks about, there's a verse that corresponds to this from Gita, Manmana Bhavama Bhakto, always think of me, become my devotee, 1865 in Gita. Corresponds to this verse. But Gita is like a seed, and Bhagavatam, the seed has grown into a plant with flowers and fruits. So things are added to it. So kirtanam, you glorify, and then you smaranam, you remember. Ikshanam. What is ikshanam? Audience means, Prabhupada said, you just sit in front of the deities and look at them. That's audience. That's one way to understand audience. There's another way, and that is if you have a book of Prabhupada, you look at the pictures, you look at the words. That's another way to see Krishna. You can see the deity, you can see the book. And there's one story, a true story. This happened in Eastern Europe. That one devotee sold a book. The man took it home. His roommate was a drunkard, and he read. He said, "For the soul there is neither birth nor death." Rubbish. He threw the book. But then one day he drank a little too much. And so the Yamadutas, the messengers of death, came to take him to Yamaraj, Lord of Death. And Yamaraj said, "You are very sinful. You must suffer. What are you going to do now?" And the drunkard got such a fright. He said, "For the soul there is neither birth nor death." And Yamaraj said, "Okay, go back." So he came back, near-death experience this was. He picked up the Gita, read the whole thing cover to cover. And then he found the address and joined the temple and became a brahmachari. Like, here we have one brahmachari. So then, but after 6 months, he was thinking, this is really austere. I need a drink. I must go. So he went and he was drinking again at the bar until nighttime. And then the owner said, no, now you have to go home. And we're closing. And then he said to him, what are you going to do now? I got such a fright. He said, oh my God, Yamaraj said that. I'm going back to the temple. And he stayed now in the temple. After that, he got such a fright. But yes, these books are very powerful, and that's one way that we can see Krishna. And Prabhupada said that actually, if you pray, then you're even more intelligent. And if you do deity worship, then you're expert. And so pujaris are glorified by Prabhupada here. So now verse 16 is going to connect us to Gita 1865. Sarvadharma pritaja mamikam sharanavaja. And I'll read the English. And in this verse, there is an update from the Gita verse. So I'll tell you the English of the Gita verse. Give up all varieties of religion and surrender to me. And I will protect you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. That's Gita. So now I'm going to read you this verse. See if you can find what is the upgrade here in this verse from the Gita verse. Let me offer my respectful obeisances again and again unto the all-auspicious Lord Shri Krishna. The highly intellectual, simply by surrendering unto his lotus feet, are relieved of all attachments to present and future existences, and without difficulty progress toward spiritual existence. So anybody get something here that's an upgrade from the old, the verse from Gita? It's, yes. Any ideas here about that? And if you don't get it, I'll tell you. And the upgraded, okay, what do you say? Highly intelligent, okay, that's an upgrade. And there is another one. Yes, you found there's a lot of upgrades. So there's one more upgrade, which is very significant. Yeah, that's it. You got it. Because in Gita, he says, I'll protect you from all sinful reaction. That means past. What you did in the past, he will protect you. But here, Sukadeva says, he'll protect you from present and future attachments. Isn't that an upgrade? We did some mistakes in our past. That's taken care of, Gita. And here, well, we might mistake in the present and future, and he's protecting us from that. So that is very, very nice. Okay, and I'm going to read, there is, Prabhupada in the Purport gives us a very amazing translation of the Gita verses, completely different also. So I'm going to share that with you. This is verses 64 to 66. My dear Arjuna, you are very dear to me, and therefore only for your good I will disclose the most secret part of my instruction. It is simply this. Become a pure devotee of mine and give yourself unto me only. So isn't that, instead of, surrender in Gita, you say, give yourself to me. That's like a lover and beloved. It's a whole different mood. It's a whole different mood of the Prabhupada has given in this translation. And so, Prabhupada has so many different translations of that verse. When he first came to America, he said, he quoted Gita, give up all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. And Prabhupada said, well, you've already given up all varieties of religion, so just surrender. You don't have to worry about giving up religion because you've done it. The hippies, they gave it up. They gave up everything, including all varieties of religion. And so, so Prabhupada is asking, give yourself to me. Just accept me. Srila Prabhupada said, when we chant Hare Krishna, we should cry and think, please accept me. Please accept me. And when we chant very nicely, Krishna comes and he says, please accept me. Please accept me. And that is our problem, Prabhupada said. You wake up in the morning and you think you have so many problems, but we have only one problem. How to accept Krishna. That's our problem for the day. He comes in different ways. And so it might be difficult to accept him, how he comes. Yeah, like yesterday was a very trying day for me. And I got the news that my family, my daughter-in-law, 2 children, were in a serious car accident. And so the car was totally smashed. She went through a stop sign, and she hit the trailer of a truck. She was going 50 miles an hour. I don't know how much you would do, miles here or kilometers? Kilometers. So 50, I don't know how much that would be here. In kilometers, it will be more, maybe 70, 80. And she smashed. She was going that fast, and she smashed right into the trailer of a truck that was going past. But neither she nor the children had a scratch. She had her 2 children were there, and she was pregnant, and the baby's okay too. She went and checked the emergency. So yeah, how to accept that? Well, I accepted that, it's a miracle because nobody gets away with having an accident like that and the car's completely smashed and nothing happens, not a scratch. And they were in the emergency. I mean, they checked them out in the ambulance. They said the kids are fine. But then she was pregnant, so they had to check the baby out, so baby's okay. Huh? Who? You? What? Oh, you're in an accident?
Yeah, 2 years ago I smashed the temple president's car just down the street here.
Oh.
Upside down.
Huh?
I got a little scratch on my nose.
Yeah, had your seatbelt on. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember. Wait, who was the president then?
It was
Syrup City. Yeah, I remember somebody smashed his car, yeah. I didn't know it was you. Yeah, now she's grounded from driving. And she doesn't have a car also, so that helps. Yeah, so it was hard to accept that. And then today I figured out, okay, Krishna saved them. And the most interesting part of it was that my son got a message from his insurance. Has your car been in a crash? And he got the message set 5 minutes before the crash happened. He said, no, I have my phone here and I'm okay. And then the crash happened with his wife and the other car. So he couldn't figure out how come they knew about it. How come it happened? And there's no explanation. But anyway, definitely Krishna was protecting them. So now we're going to go to verse 17. We'll sing it. Tapas vinodana parayashashvino dasvinodana parayashashvino manasvino mantra vida sumangala svino mantra vida sumangala Shemam navindanti vinayad arpanam Shemam navindanti vinayad arpanam Tasmai Subhadra Shavase Namo Namaha Subhadra Shavase Namo Namaha. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the all-auspicious Lord Shri Krishna again and again, because the great learned sages, great performers of charity, great workers of distinction, great philosophers and mystics, the great chanters of Vedic hymns, and philosophers and the great followers of Vedic principles cannot achieve any fruitful result without dedication of such great qualities to service of the Lord. So that is cool. And so tapasvino means somebody who does great austerities. Unless you do it for Krishna, it's useless. And that you can see how everyone today is working hard outside doing austerities. Like 5 days a week, someone else owns you basically, and you're working to get money to enjoy on the weekend and to pay all your bills. So this is an austerity, and people are doing this. One time I was in Moscow and I was I was talking to the ladies in the ladies' ashram, and they were telling me, we think we're doing so much austerity, and but we don't get, and the people outside, they're enjoying more. So they told me, I said, yeah, okay. You just see what happens to them at the time of death. Like I visited my mother-in-law at the nursing home, and they were forcefully combing her hair, forcefully feeding her, and they were completely drugged so they won't cause trouble. And they're all wearing diapers, preparing for next life. And then they had recreation time, sitting around in a circle in the wheelchairs, hitting balloons to each other. So this is, what is this? And then we showed her some photographs and asked her which is her favorite one. And she said, she pointed to herself at her house where she used to live. That's her favorite. She didn't want to be there. But no, she couldn't take care of herself. So that's where most people end up at the end of their lives. They work hard, and then you leave it all behind. Like I saw a picture of the Lord of Death in somewhere online, and there was a guy who death was taking, and he had all this luggage, and the Lord of Death was pointing to a pile on the side where you have to throw your luggage there. You can't take anything with you, and then you come with me. So that's it. That is, there was one famous lady who was dying of cancer at the age of 40. And she said, I had a house which is like a palace, and now I'm living in the hospital, in a hospital bed. I had so many designer clothes, and now I'm just in one hospital sheet garment. I used to have so many nice food, so many nice delicacies, 5-star hotel to 5-star hotel. And now I just have some tablets and salt water as my food. And I had 7 hairdressers, 7. And now I don't have a hair in my head. So she was just, summing. And I have such a huge bank balance, but it doesn't do me any good. And I used to give signatures to people, and now I just sign the medical papers. That's all I do. So she understood that what's the use of it all? She said, and her realization was health. Health is the most important thing. Of course, we understand the most important thing is spiritual health. We want to be spiritually healthy, and that's what we're preparing ourselves for on the spiritual path. So also, when you talk to people, when you preach to people, you need to preach according to their level of realization. So there's all these kind of people are listed here. So my god sister, she was buying jewelry, beautiful jewelry, for Krishna Balaram in Vrindavan from one lady in New York City. And then one day she showed a picture of the deities wearing the lady's jewelry. And so the lady said, oh, they're such cute boys. And she even wanted to give some free jewelry. And my godsister said, yes, they lived 5,000 years ago. And she said, well, how is that possible that someone could be so famous now that lived 5,000 years ago? And so my godsister said, yes, they're famous because they killed all the mafia of their village. And she understood in New York, it's full of mafia. Mafia is like the guys who kill everyone, the gangsters. And she understood, oh, wow, that's why they're so famous. Because the mafia, everyone knows in New York City who's in control of everything. It's the black market people. So, yes, so we can use everything in Krishna's service. We're fortunate to have a spiritual path, and even the material things we can change from material to spiritual if we use it for Krishna. So, but sometimes, we hear all these things, and so we understand, yes, I know, but I don't have so much faith. The realization isn't following so easily. So how to get more faith and realization? My godbrother, His Holiness Sachinandan Swami, tells 3 things you can do to increase your faith. Number 1, improve your practice. So we have a practice that we do. Try to improve the quality, try to be more attentive. And number 2, pray for bhakti with taste. So we're not just mechanical, turn on the switch, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, off the switch. No, we're into it. We want to chant. We're happy to chant. And as Prabhupada used to say, chant and be happy. So then number 3, start now and take a risk. So that means get out of your comfort zone. Do something for Krishna that you would not ordinarily do. Do something special. Do something different for Krishna. Yeah, so I always think of Jananivas when I hear this one. Of course, now, actually, he's doing it because his health doesn't seem so good, but he's traveling and trying to get donations for the Mayapur temple. And it seems like to me that he's very much in separation from his brother, that he's meditating all the time on his brother. He misses him. So, and he's going out there taking a risk for Krishna. Before, when his brother was alive, he never left India. He never left Mayapur because they're twins, identical twins. And so if Jananivas needed a visa, his brother would just go out for him and get his visa and come back. Go out for himself and then go out for him, 2 trips. So identical twins, you can do stuff like that. And but now he's going out, since his brother left, he's going out to get donations for Mayapur. So that's take a risk for Krishna. Okay, so I'll stop here. If there's any questions or comments, you can ask at this point. Yes?
I have a question, like, you mentioned we can use material things for the purpose of Krishna. So my question is how we can, like I wear a watch, but I don't know why I wear a watch.
You don't know why you wear it?
Yeah, well, I can see time in my phone.
How you can use your watch for Krishna is that we do have a schedule here. So when there's arti, you can look at your watch. Oh, it's time for arti. Yes, let me go. Oh, it's time for class. That's how you can use your watch. Our pujaris, they use the watch for Krishna because, offering is at a certain time. Arti is at 7. Offering is maybe 6:30, I don't know, whatever it may be. So that's how we use our watch for Krishna service. Oh, Mangalarti, okay, 4:30 in the morning, time to go to Arti. So that's how we use it. But the main way that you can use material things is you use your body. Your body's material. And you can use that and make it spiritual by chanting, by reading, by dancing, and by doing service for Krishna. And another thing is talents. Krishna has given you certain talents. Like she was saying, she thought, well, how can I serve? I will sew for Krishna. She knows how to sew. So I know I was very attached to reading Prabhupada's books. So then I used that. I thought, well, I'm reading all the time, so let me share it with others, what I have understood, what I have gotten. Now, if you're an artist, you can paint pictures of Krishna. If you are a, let's see, I'm just thinking of a very funny example right now. A marathon swimmer or runner, you can raise funds from your running or your swimming. Like one of our spiritual masters, my God's brother Shivram Swami, just did a marathon, 10 kilometers swimming across the English Channel. And he raised money to print books in Arabic language with that swim. Whatever money came, he used it to print Arabic books and for distribution. If you are a writer, you can write for Krishna articles. If you are an actor, you can be in dramas. We're going to have some dramas on Jamashtami about Krishna. Can act for Krishna. You can cook for Krishna. You can eat for Krishna also. Then we do have different times for eating here. I think 2:30 is lunch. So you can come for lunch and eat for Krishna, Sunday feast. Now this week it's going to be, we'll be fasting, but other people can be eating. There will be a Govinda's prasadam, I believe, on both days, yes, is it? Or only on Saturday, Jamashtami. So you can come and eat for Krishna. And by that eating, you get purified because the food is offered first and it becomes spiritualized. And the effect that food has on you is that your body becomes spiritualized and it helps you to get free from material desires and to act on spiritual desires. And generally, when you do something spiritual, you don't accept any of the fruit of it. Like if you're an artist and you paint, then you don't take the money from the picture, you give it to Krishna. Or you just paint it for Krishna and don't worry about it. And if you're a writer, you don't get paid for writing. You just write articles. And if you work outside, that's also okay, and you can give some donation from it. If you can't give up your life for Krishna, there's prana and artha and diya and vacha, 4 things you can give to Krishna. And one is your life. So if you can't do that, like some of us have given our life to Krishna, and we don't have ties to outside jobs our whole life, that's good. That's very nice. And if you can't do that, artha, you can give some donation. And if you think, well, I don't have so much money, there's diya, there's your intelligence. You can give your intelligence, how to organize things, how to help in organization and management, intelligence. You think, well, I'm not so smart, then okay. One last thing, vacha, words. You can chant. You can sell a book. You can ask others to chant Hare Krishna. And that way, see, these are all material. The body's material, the voice is material. We can spiritualize it. If we take this mantra from the spiritual world, the effect will be that we will purify ourselves and will purify the whole atmosphere. I just saw a very interesting article online that said our mind is connected to everyone's mind in this universe. And it's true that if you put your mind at the lotus feet of the Lord, you will purify not only yourself, you will purify the whole universe. You will purify the whole world. The chanting on the street purifies the whole world. And if you purify yourself, then you help to purify everyone. Everyone. So that is very nice. How to use material things for Krishna. Because everything's practically material. We're using this microphone. So it could be blasting, music, rock music. But instead, we're talking spiritual things, which is food for the soul. Our soul is hungry. Our soul is very hungry. We don't get food for the soul every day. We have food for the body. We get food for the mind, intelligence. We don't get food for the soul. And that's who we are. And so we're suffering. We're not happy here because we're not getting nourished. Not getting nourished. Okay. So any other questions? Yes.
How can we be better at communicating with Krishna? For example, if you're out on the street and you're speaking with people, how to connect to, Krishna, how do I connect with this person? What words would you like me to say?
Okay, yeah. So how do you connect with people on the street? And to say something that Krishna would like us to say. And that's, if you're on the street talking to people, that's exactly what's happening. You need to pray all the time for help. As we said, get permission to speak. Actually, one of our devotees, I believe he's now the minister of book distribution, Vaisheshika. He has perfected that art. So you can look him up he's on Facebook. Look up his And he actually tells you that the main thing is you have to make the people feel good. You don't want to give them a bad taste or bitter taste. Doesn't matter if they take the book or not, really. That's not the point. Point is to make them happy. So he really explains how to do that in his seminars and like that. I remember he told one story about some Christian couple. And so then they said, no, we don't need the book. We're Christians. He said, okay, well. And then he left a very good impression. Well, thank you. It was a pleasure talking to you. And then he went, and later on, these people went over and took a book because he was so nice. I just heard a class from my friend, Temple President in Innisfrott, Ireland, and he was meeting. They were having a Rath Yatra in Africa somewhere, and it was very interesting what he said. This African man was really heavy and shouting and giving a hard time to the devotees. So he went up to him and he said, "You know what? We're worshiping a black god, and you're worshiping a white god." So there's a black guy. So then he convinced the guy to come to the temple, and he saw the deities of black Krishna, white Radharani. He said, "Yeah, you're worshiping a black god." Anyway, he stopped the guy from being heavy. Born again Christians, they can just blaspheme and criticize, and you're all going to hell, and you're all going to burn forever, and whatever they say. Anyway, he got that one. He won that argument. So he stopped when he heard that, and he actually came to the temple. And I don't know what happened after that. But it was, so how devotees speak to people, that's another different way of preaching for sure. I know there was another, and he did become a devotee. Oh, I know. No, one of my godbrothers, he became a devotee in New York, and he was from a black family, and his people were saying, no, don't go there, don't go there. His family was saying, and he said, they will do something to you. We don't trust them. So he invited his family for the Sunday feast, like maybe 20 people came, 20 of his family, and they saw, oh, and he said, well, we're worshiping a black god. He said, oh, really? Let's come. And so they all came. They were treated very nicely at the feast. They enjoyed the food, and they saw the beautiful Krishna in New York City. He's also black, and they were happy with. He became a devotee. So it's preaching is different in different places. How to get the attention of the people. So you can pray to Krishna, and you can also look up Vaisheshika in his seminars on distributing book distribution. He has seminars on what to say, like, your earrings are so beautiful, my God, where did you get those earrings? He will say to some lady, oh, well, and she's ready to listen, And another thing they say is, they'll say to people, you look like a yogi, actually. Or else they'll say, you're so intelligent. You look very intelligent. So only the most intelligent people read this book here. and they get people. But the main thing is you have to be sincere and don't want to cheat. And so they feel like you're really sincerely thinking for their welfare. And try to make them feel good, just find something they're wearing and say, wow, that's amazing. Or your dog is the most beautiful dog I've seen. Or your kid. And and that's how they distribute things, distribute books. And yes, but you do need to pray a lot, and because the Lord is in your heart, the Lord is in their heart, so you need to connect with the Lord in their heart, and with the Lord in your heart has to connect to the Lord in their heart. And then you can get the right things to say. Any other questions? Jai.